Welcome back to Sweet as Honey Season 2. We are lighting things up bigger and better than ever, as you can tell. And I am so excited because I've been wanting to do this for a long time now. We're finally on video with you and our new and exciting guests. I thought it would be best to start things off by catching you guys up on life a little bit. So I put out a Q&A on Instagram and I'm going to be answering some of your questions. Let's get started. Okay, you guys, let's start with the most asked question, the elephant in the room. Why did I decide to retire from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders? This was a hard decision for me. I spent 4 amazing years cheering for the Cowboys. I made lifelong friends and incredible memories, and it's something that I will always look back on with a grateful heart. I was blessed to be a part of it, and I think that it's a time in my life where I felt ready to move on. My cup has been filled from that part of my life, and it's something I prayed a lot over and ultimately felt peace with moving forward. But I also got to retire with some of my best friends, which is awesome. I'm leaving on probably the highest note in my DCC career. Just getting to work with Dolly Parton and Queen and getting to go on a USO tour and being a leader and having my own group. It was the most incredible year. And so I wanted to end just on a high note with all my best friends. And of course, there's a lot of sacrifice that goes along with that. You know, I've had to miss important life events like my best friend's wedding or like even my grandpa's funeral. And so I think it just got harder over time to really sacrifice those things. And I was wanting to spend more time with friends and family and pour into other areas of my life that I'm super passionate about, like Sweet as Honey. But yeah, I will always love my time as a cheerleader and am forever grateful for that experience. What will you miss most about being a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader? I will absolutely miss spending every day with my best friends. Getting to go to practice with them was always the highlight of my day, and that's where we caught up on life and just did what we love, got to dance together. But of course, we had a lot of amazing opportunities like traveling the world, honestly, together now that I've been to Korea and performing in front of the most incredible audience in the NFL. And one thing that I will also really miss is giving back to the community in such an impactful way. And that was another thing that was really hard for me when, deciding whether or not to leave. Whatever I do next, I really want it to reach a lot of people and impact people. And so DCC did give me that platform, and I kind of hope to continue that into the rest of my life. How was the USO tour? The USO tour was unforgettable, probably my favorite thing I've ever done as a cheerleader. Just being able to travel the world and visit our troops that, the men and women who are serving every single day for our country, it really opens your eyes and your perspective on, what you're doing with your life. And the fact that, I had the honor to go and thank them in such a small but impactful way meant the world to me. And I learned so much about the military that I didn't know and got to see, where they're based and their families, and just got to have great conversations with them all around. And obviously seeing Korea was awesome too. I've never been to that part of the world, but getting to experience that with my best friends was incredible. What are your plans for the next chapter? Are you continuing your dance career? What are you most excited for? My plan right now is to stay in Dallas and continue doing what I'm doing, teaching dance, choreographing. I teach Pilates as well and doing this podcast, but Dallas feels like home to me now. All my friends are here. I've kind of built up a community. So my plan is to stay here unless there's something else that comes along. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I still feel like I'm not done performing and that part of my life isn't over, but I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm very open-handed with it, and something that I've really enjoyed is learning how to ballroom dance. And so I think I might kind of branch into that area and see what I can do there. But I think I'm most excited to just have free time and to actually be there for others. I feel like the last 4 years were a whirlwind of crazy schedules and just getting to see my family here and there, but I'm very excited to just be able to spend the time with them and friends and the people I care about, and do things that I enjoy. Like, all of my friends and I talk about having dinners together and playing pickleball and doing all the fun activities we can in our free time now. So that's probably what I'm most looking forward to. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a good question. Hopefully I have a family, but I've kind of learned to not plan things out in your life too much. I feel like God's really surprised me with where He can take you. And so I am very surrendered and hands off in that part of my life. And I obviously, want to see Sweet as Honey grow and my dance and choreography career to grow, but I will let God handle that and we'll just be along for the ride. What drives you to work hard every single day? This is something that I learned as a teenager that's really important to me. Whatever I do in my life and in my work, I want to be super passionate about it and feel a lot of purpose. And for me, that has been dancing and teaching and really trying my best to impact the youth and shape the next generation with confidence and instill those values in them that are important to me and I think would have helped me growing up. And so every day that I teach and get to do that, I do feel very purposeful, and it drives me to work harder. And I think my faith is also a big reason why, because I feel motivated to work for God and use what He's given me to honor Him. And so I don't want to be lazy with that. I really want to use all my time wisely, and I can't say I'm great at it every day. I definitely get tired, but that's something that I think about. And of course, like your future family and all those things are a part of it too. But I would say my main motivation for working hard is to honor God and my friends and my family and myself with everything I've been given. Is there any advice you wish you would have gotten 4 years ago? 4 years ago, I was auditioning for DCC. So yes, there's a lot of advice I would give myself. The main thing would probably be, don't be so hard on yourself and give yourself grace. And also, it's okay to celebrate your own achievements. I think I've always really strived to be humble in what I'm doing, but sometimes for me, it can come with a lack of just confidence in celebrating those achievements. And I have gotten to experience a lot. And so I wish I would have stopped along the way and just enjoyed it a little bit more instead of diminishing it, I guess. I think I also was really hard on myself. Obviously, DCC has a lot to do with how you look and body image and all of that stuff. And it's something that I've really kind of struggled with for the last, 10 years of my life, I would say. And so I wish that I could come into DCC as I am now, just a lot more confident in my own skin and not comparing myself to others. I think I just would have enjoyed it a little bit more had I not been so negative some of the days. And that's just a very honest answer that I've struggled with personally. And I think I've learned to be confident, and I've had friends really help me with that, which has been great. But it's definitely something I wish I could have been easier on myself with from the beginning. How long have you been a Christian? Well, I think I've believed since I was a young girl. I was raised in a Christian home, so that was just kind of a part of my life naturally and was intertwined into conversation. But I don't think I really took my faith seriously and made it my own until probably high school and into college. I think I got baptized as a sophomore in high school and was going to Young Life camps and doing all that. And I think that's where it kind of started for me. And then when I got into college and I was thinking about what I wanted to do with my life and, moving across the country to a different state, go to ASU for college and being away from family, life got kind of hard. And so I really leaned on my faith. And ever since then, it's, been my rock. What advice do you have for building confidence as a dancer? Okay, so something that I think is really important is just learning your strengths and what makes you you as a dancer and capitalizing on those. Obviously, we all have our weaknesses, and that's something that you can work to improve, but you don't need to compare yourself to others. Just walk in the room confident in knowing exactly what you're good at and show that in any audition that you do. I also got a question on how I balance humility and being confident as a dancer and in my dancing. So to this, I would say, be humble off the dance floor, be kind to everyone, don't be the cocky person that, knows they're great. On the dance floor, let it rip. Don't be afraid to be center of attention because that's how you book jobs and get noticed. And when that's your livelihood, you have to do that. This one's a fun one. What type of workouts do you do and how often? So I do a mix of strength training and Pilates, long walks, anything that is just kind of fun and low impact right now. I'm kind of what I would say in a period of rest after retiring from DCC because I run myself rampant during the year just teaching and working out all the time. And so I want to give myself a little bit of time to chill and just do what makes me happy. But normally I would just do strength training twice a week, Pilates maybe twice a week, and then walk and be outdoors the rest of the week. What makes you happy? I am a simple girl, so I would say quality time with friends and family makes me really happy. We were on a bachelorette trip recently in Cabo, and everyone was saying, like, what's your favorite part of the trip? And obviously everything we did was great. Like, we went on a boat, we did all of the fun Mexico things, which I loved. But my favorite part was probably we had like a family dinner one night, just in the house. We had chefs make it. So all we had to do was sit down and talk to each other and just love on our friend who was getting married. And it was my favorite night because I love good conversation. And I would also say just being by the ocean or being on a lake, I'm so content. What is your dream job? Okay, my absolute Mount Everest dream job would be to be a pro on Dancing with the Stars. I've grown up watching this show. I've idolized those dancers. I want to be a ballroom dancer in another life. So I would say Dancing with the Stars is like my peak of the mountain. However, what I get to do now is truly a dream, and the fact that I get to do what I love and make a living out of it is amazing to me, and I just want to take that as far as I can with teaching and choreographing and this podcast. I would absolutely love to do that for the rest of my life. What are your 2024 goals? Okay, I would say my 2024 goals are to prioritize and pour my heart and soul into Sweet as Honey. This has been a huge passion project for me, so I want to grow it as much as I can, and I'm so excited to do that. And another just simple goal that I've kind of already touched on would be to spend a lot of time with friends and family, just getting that quality time in that I've kind of missed out on a little bit these last 4 years. I really want to focus on them and just giving back and loving on the people who have supported me over my journey this far. What is your biggest advice for maintaining a strong faith? My biggest advice and something that works really well for me is just daily obedience. And to me, that means just opening up my Bible, spending some quality time, some quiet time, if you will, with God. And that can be anything. I can be praying, I can be journaling, I can read the word, read a devotional, but setting myself up for success every day, I usually do it in the morning, helps me to have a better mood and perspective throughout my day and has really strengthened my faith. And I will say that like I'm not perfect at this at all. There's definitely days where I get so busy and I just feel like I can't make it happen, or some days I don't want to make it happen. But I think it makes a big difference in my life. And so I kind of recommend that to anyone whenever they're asking me, how do I grow my faith? Just spend some time with God. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes. You can sing in the car, whatever you want to do. Just like give some time to thank Him, and I promise you He will pour into your life and do a good work in you and start to change things little by little. Okay, the last and probably most important question is, are there any hints on what's to come? And I will say it's a little bit of a secret right now. I have lots of exciting things planned and I'm so pumped to share them with you, but you're gonna have to wait just a little bit. We have lots of exciting content coming for Sweet as Honey and some special surprises along the way, along with amazing guests. So just get ready and keep your eyes out for all of the content coming soon.